If you're a heat and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, how do you deal with passive aggressive or difficult clients with a mental model, and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Sylvan Bell, coming to you live from my second home of Oahu on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you. So here's the thing. At some point, you are going to meet with Mr. Smith, Mrs. Smith, Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones, and they are super difficult. They're passive aggressive. They push your buttons. They are not easy to deal with, or they're a driver. So you may have struggles with that depending upon your personality. So I'm going to give you some ranges. I can't give you 100% definite actions. These are things that you can work within to make your life easier. Okay, so first and foremost, today, decide how you want to interact with people who are being difficult with you. Okay, like you got to have a game plan starting right now, and that game plan is really going to dictate how you interact and the actions that you can take. So me personally, I use a red light, yellow light, green light model. So it's a way of setting boundaries. And so somebody may push buttons on me and say, hey Scott, these are the things that I need from you, and this is the way that it's gonna be. And I go, hold on, my green light, hold on. The way that I work is 1, 2, 3, X, Y, Z. Then they push back again, I'm still in green light mode. Hey, just a reminder, the way that I work is 1, 2, 3, X, Y, Z. They push again. Hey, we're gonna go back for a third time now. We're gonna circle back. And I gotta tell you, me personally, I work on a green light, yellow light, red light model. So I've given you my green light. We're about to move into yellow light, and then red light means that we're gonna move on. So they give some interaction, they push back, they're super difficult, they're passive aggressive, and I go, time out, this is the last chance, this is the last straw, this is gonna be my last iteration, this is gonna be my last warning. This may or may not work out, and then depending upon how they interact, sometimes they're like, oh, I didn't realize that I was being aggressive. Oh, I didn't realize I was being a jerk. That's why, like, I go 3 times. Green light 3 times. Hey, here's my boundaries. These are the ways that I work. These are the things that I do. These are the items that I want to share with you before we continue here and what you need to know. So, like, you can adopt this green light, yellow light, red light model. But before we do that, you should go to hvactechsecrets.com. This URL above my head. Drop in your name, your email address, maybe your phone number. I will give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. And then last on this list is my red light. Now, a red light is a very polite breakup. Say it with me, very polite, Scott, very polite. And there's a reason for it, because sometimes people are pushing your buttons to get under your skin as a negotiation strategy. Sometimes people are pushing your buttons to get in your skin so they can call and complain to an office, to a manager, to a business owner, okay? So, red light for me would look something like this. Hey, just got to give you a heads up. I don't believe that we're going to be a good fit. Maybe it's time for you to go with somebody else, right? That's my go-to, like, word track. You can modify it accordingly. You could take it and say, hey, based upon our interactions, I really think that you should probably go with the competition. Or I would really love to serve you, but based upon how we've interacted today, I don't think that that's going to be possible. Very polite. It's not like the, hey, you know, kick things out on the way on the door. It's like, just start packing up your stuff. Because here's the thing. Sometimes the most difficult buyers, the most passive aggressive buyers, the people that you don't want to deal with should really go with your competition. And I can think of multiple times where I showed up on site and like, hey, I'm here to help, I'm here to serve. And then somebody's just like, I'm gonna twist the screws and I'm gonna push down on you as hard as I can because you're a filthy salesperson, or you're a dirty technician, or you're a nasty plumber, right? These are all things that they're thinking in their head. And so I'm gonna encourage you to adopt some sort of belief today, right? Whether you take my green light, yellow light, red light, but really think through like, hey, the next time that I interact with somebody who really isn't my buyer and really doesn't want to interact in the way that we do things, figure out what you're going to say. Now, it may be that they don't want to answer questions. See, like, one of the most frustrating things as a salesperson is when somebody goes out and gets 7, 8, 9, 10 bids, they get bored. And then so what happens is when they get bored, one of those guys, one of those chicks who ends up there late at the home, number 7, 8, 9, or 10, the homeowner's like, hey, can we just get to it? I'm completely bored. And it's like, hey, look, company spent time, energy, and effort and resources to get me here. Why don't you give me the same opportunity that you gave the other 7 or 8 people? And like, this is what they typically say. Yeah, you got the best company, you got the best product, right? And at that point, you're like, hey, I got some decisions to make. You may reset. Hey, green light, I'm gonna give you how I work. The way that I work is a green light, yellow light, red light. I'm gonna give you my green light boundary. Hey, I have a certain amount of work that I have to do in order to make things right here. Hey, well, I just want to get to it. I'm sure you do. That's fantastic. So do I. But there's a couple things that I need to go over. That's number 2. Number 3, why don't you just give me a number? I wish I could. That's number 3. I got to give you a yellow light. I work in a green light, yellow light, red light process. Right now, we're officially at a yellow. And sometimes you're going to get people that be like, get out, get out. I'm going to promise you they were not your buyer. They were not your client. I would say take this and adopt it and use it however you want to, but be aware, polite. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here. Just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it. Every time I send a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.